What up, y'all? I am back for another video. Today, we are reviewing, for Bad Movie Wednesdays, we are reviewing The Master of Disguise. I have never heard of this movie. I kind of want to, not kind of, I want to get back to that because for, my friend Cream NATO and Cowman recommended me, well, not recommended, I'm not going to say recommended, more like they felt like, oh, this will be a good bad movie for me to review, and man, is it a good one. It is fucking terrible. The Master of Disguise is legit, might be one of the most painful comedies I've ever sat through. It's like a night and day. We watched hilarious fucking Police Academy yesterday, and now today I'm watching this pile of shit. It's not funny. I didn't laugh once. There's maybe one gag that kind of worked for me, but I mean, it still didn't make me laugh. There was a gag, I'm assuming it was the main character, Pistachio, I think is his name. Because I'll be honest, at like the 30-40 minute mark, I tuned out. So a lot of the movie just became just white noise. So background noise. It's just very much, I just tuned out after a certain point. So I'll be honest, guys, I don't really know the fucking story. Like, I had to look at Wikipedia really quick to be like, okay, what's the plot? Because I just tuned out at a certain point. So I just could not be really, I wasn't paying attention to the story at a certain point. But, like, this was just painfully bad. So pretty much the premise is there's these line of agents called the Masters of Disguise. It starts in like the 70s. Fabrizio Disguisi, which the name's just so bad. Oh, the one gag that worked for me really quick was there's a gag where he dresses as Quint and he does like the speech from Jaws, and I'll admit the speech was not bad. Like, he actually sounded like Quint. So I was like, okay, the one positive, it didn't make me laugh, but I was like, okay, it kind of worked for me, but that was like the only gag that worked for me in that movie. Everything else was just shit. It was painfully. It was like one of those comedies where it thinks it's funny, but it's actually not. So you're just dealing with these really painful jokes that you're just like, oh my god. The scene where fucking Pistachio, this is gonna be the thumbnail, where he basically dresses like a fucking turtle in the suit and his head goes. It was stupid. Oh my god. And then Keith Brent Spiner is the villain. I think Bowman is the villain's name. Yeah. It was fucking terrible. Like, it wasn't funny. It wasn't, I didn't even feel like it was meme worthy even bad. It was just shit. Dude, it was grating. Like, when you get that kind, like, when it really thinks, like, I think what makes it worse is it legit thought it was funny. You know, it thinks it was actually being a funny movie when it was just annoying. Annoying and just grating are like the perfect word for this movie. I was saying this in the Discord call I was in while I was finishing watching the movie, was that I think this is worse than Year One. Year One is one of the worst. That'll be another bad movie Wednesday at some point. But this one might be worse. This was just, at least Year One, there were some titties, and there's maybe, I think I laughed at least once at that. There was at least one gag that worked for me, and I at least got kind of a laugh from me. This one didn't get any fucking laughs from me. This was just bad. It was just, I don't know, man. I don't know what they were fucking going for in this fucking movie. I got nothing, guys. Like, what? It's one of those movies I'm just like, who is this for? There's no real plot besides they gotta stop bad guy, and it's supposed to be an attempt at spy movies, but it just isn't. I don't know if it's supposed to be like a parody of a spy movie or what. I don't know what the fuck it was going for. It just felt directionless. Yeah, like I said, it just became background noise at a certain point. So I'll be honest, like I said, this isn't going to be one of those videos where I really analyze the story or because I tuned out. So a lot of it, I just was just like, okay, whatever. This is just background noise while I watch YouTube. Pretty much is what happened. So yeah, this is good. So that's all I can really say. So this video is probably not going to be really long because I'm just going to be saying the same shit over and over. Like, yeah, this is really bad. Tomorrow I'm going to be reviewing. I'm hoping this movie will be good. Land of Bad. I'm going to try to watch it tomorrow at some point, and I'm hoping it's really good because I just want something good that's new. So we'll see. Anyway, guys, let's get into Master of Disguise. Don't watch this movie. This is one of those I don't say, well, even, it's nothing even there for the memes. It's not even there for that. Like, it's painfully unfunny. And that's probably going to be the title of the video. It's going to be it's painfully unfunny, because that's what this is. I just followed it, like, it's like almost like you're just watching, literally, you're just being fucking tortured. That's what this felt like to me. Because it's like, I'm gonna say it again, who is this movie for? Because I don't think it did anything particularly impressive as like a let's riff on spy movies. Austin Powers did that already. Because at this point, this was 2002, so this was the same year as the third Austin Powers. So we already have like 3 Austin Powers movies that did that. And then Spy Hard, which is actually a pretty funny movie too, already did that too. So you already had like 2 movies, and then one of the movies, which spawns at least a trilogy, already did the whole let's riff on spy movies. This just felt like a shit attempt at that. I think that's what this was. My friend Cowman, I think, mentioned this. That, yeah, this felt like really Dana Carvey attempting to be Mike Myers, with like the multiple characters, because there's moments because Master of Disguise, so he's in a bunch of disguises. I'll be honest, I don't remember a lot of the disguises besides the Quint one. Like, I don't really remember a lot of the other ones, so, yeah. It was like just not it's like he didn't. I don't know if I fully blame Dana Carvey or whoever made this movie. It's like they didn't understand what actually made Austin Powers work, and they were just, oh, it's a spy parody, so we're just gonna do that, but really bad. So anyway, the movie starts. It starts in the 70s. Pistachio's father, who's in a line of agents called the Masters of Disguise, tries to infiltrate Bowman's base, ends up getting captured, and then also, I guess, something happens where he decides to not have his son be in the life. So this is where we meet our main character, Pistachio, who owns like a pizzeria, and just immediately, just the attempt at humor just did not fucking work, man. There's a way to be, I think there's even a way you can do quote unquote grating humor and make it funny, where you're trying to be funny, but you're just trying to be annoying about it, but you can still make it somewhat funny and get a chuckle out of me. They didn't do it here. This was just like, guys, just stop. This isn't funny. This gag isn't funny. We get it. He can fucking disguise himself. So pretty much he's a normal dude. I guess his ex-girlfriend breaks up with him. So he finds out, this is where his grandfather comes in and pretty much tells him that he's in the part of the Master Disguise, and he starts training him. Bowman comes back. He has some scheme. At this point, guys, like I said, I tuned the fuck out, so I don't really know what was really the plot of this movie and what's kind of going on, because it's just background noise. There was even points I wasn't even kind of looking up like that. I could just hear the movie somewhat. Yeah, man. I also just kind of found it boring too. Like, it was boring in the sense because it was just trying to be like, oh, let's try to capture the quote what made Austin Powers. It's like they're trying to go for the Austin Powers feel, but they didn't understand why those movies worked. And they're it's like this surface level understanding of what made Austin Powers work, and they're like, we're gonna try to copy that and do it shit. We would do it shit. That's what this felt like. Uh, and then yeah, there's this scene. Oh, he has a new assistant named Jennifer, who's basically the new love interest. Um, there's a gag where he has to pose as a turtle. This is the thumbnail. He's in this like green suit, and his head looks like a turtle. So there's even a scene where his head pops in his suit like a turtle, like you know, going in his shell, and it just was why, like literally fucking why. I, again, you do not understand why. I mean, even just in Austin Powers too. I think why is because he did play multiple characters in that. So it's like he was trying to go for that, or he's in like multiple costumes and disguises. But not even just in Austin Powers. He's kind of done that in other movies where he does wear like different get-ups and stuff. So it's like you didn't understand the nuance of why it worked with Mike Myers then, and not just try to do a shit attempt at a copy of it. Because that's what this was. This was like, we're gonna try to do Austin Powers, but really bad. Yeah, missing the whole reason why those movies were. So she ends up getting captured. They rescue her. They end up he ends up working with his dad and his grandfather. So it's like three generations of masters. Who gives a shit? They end up Bowman, I guess, steals the Constitution. I don't remember how. It just said on Wikipedia that he just stole the Constitution somehow. So, and they try to get it back. Bowman ends up escaping, but they end up finding him again later on, like towards the end. They beat him. Movie over. Sorry, guys. I don't like doing reviews like that, but there's nothing to this movie, and if I can only say so much. And when a movie, I just tune out and it just becomes background noise. Yeah, that happens, man. There's a couple of reviews that will be like that. I'll be honest. It's gonna happen if your movie just isn't intriguing enough for me, or just even on like a bad meme level. I do ask this again. like legit, who is this for? Like, I really wonder that. Like, who is this for? Sorry. I don't know why this shit's not coming off. Sorry, I know this sounds getting annoying. Okay, there you go. Like, why is, like, who is this for? Like, because it's like, I don't see who they thought this was gonna get. Did they think it was gonna get Austin Powers fans or Mike Myers fans? Because it just didn't. I've seen Dana Carvey and other stuff, so I don't necessarily think he's a bad comedian or anything like that. I don't necessarily blame him. I don't really blame the actors in the movie. I think just the premise just wasn't really going to work. If you really think about it, Austin Powers already did this. Literally, funny enough, this came out the same year as Austin Powers Goldmember. So it's like, because this was 2002. So it's like, why not just do something else? You already had basically spy parodies. Because this, if you just do this, and it's obvious, this is just like, oh, you're just trying to do your attempt at Austin Powers, and it just did not work. You're trying to capture that Mike Myers energy from that time, and it just it didn't hit. But that's why I don't think necessarily it's the cast's fault, anybody in the cast's fault. I think it's the story, and it just was never really going to work. Like, if we're going to be honest here, this was not going to work as a premise, because people would just say, this is just a bad Austin Powers movie, and that's what this was. that it's not, it's painfully unfunny. Like, they're attempting at being funny. And I think what sucks is they think they're actually funny. I think the people who wrote this pile of shit genuinely thought they were being witty and funny, and like, no. And they thought they had the charm. There was none of that in this. So it's just. Oh, I'm going to change the title. I know I was originally going to say painfully unfunny, but I think I actually got a better title. The anti-Austin Powers, in the sense. It is the worst one. It is definitely like the anti-Austin Powers, in the sense that it's trying to be Austin Powers, but it's actually not. It's not. It is, or not the anti-Austin Powers. I go with the negative. I could have a better title. What if Austin Powers was bad? And that's what this was. What if Austin? Okay, you know what? Actually, no. I know I'm changing my title a lot in this video, but actually, I got one. Austin Powers, but shit. That's what I'm thinking I'm gonna call it. I'm actually gonna go with that one. I think that's a good one, because that's really what this is. It's Austin Powers, but shit. It's attempting at like the Mike, the Mike, the Mike Myers humor, and it just does not. I'm not even gonna say falls flat. It doesn't hit at all. Like, it never left the landing. It never even left. It never even attempted. It was just, it didn't even work. It like failed, because it was not funny. It's like and the fucked up thing, I think the painful worst thing was for me, is they thought they were actually being funny. And it's like someone didn't just tell them in the writing room, like, guys, this isn't funny. Just let's scrap this. Yeah. But anyway, I hope it flopped at the time. I don't know right now off the top of my head if it did, but I hope it did. I'm kind of wish I'd never heard of it again. I want to go back to not knowing what this movie was, and I'd never heard of it before. So, yeah, this is awful. This was genuinely a pile of shit. So don't watch it. Even to hate, like, for like the memes, there's no memes in this to be had. It's just bad. So, tomorrow we'll be reviewing Land of Bad for sure. I'll for sure be doing that tomorrow. I am hoping that's really good. I've heard some good things about it. Looks like it has a fun cast. Fun little action flick is kind of what it looks like to me, which is all I need. Action has been really good lately, so I'm hoping this one nails it and just be simple. Even if it's not as good as Beekeeper, if it's just a simple little action flick, kind of in that style, So, anyway, guys, I'm going to end it here. Alright, y'all. Talk to y'all later. Talk to y'all tomorrow, actually. Peace.